What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Daily Sean. For those of you who haven't been here before, my name is Sean. I do a daily video on something related to nursing. No, there's no rhyme or reason. Probably not going to change. Answering another fan question today. Someone reached out to me a little while ago. A student who is on the cusp of graduating. By the way, congratulations. Wants some tips on landing that first job. What tips would you give a new grad? I want to preface this by saying that it was easier for me way back when I was finishing nursing school. I went to nursing school in a small diploma school. All of my clinicals were done at a neighboring hospital. I applied at the neighboring hospital where I did my clinicals. I sort of already had my foot in the door because I was also already an employee working in a different role. I don't want to say I had it easy, but I didn't have a lot of the challenges that the current students have. At the time of my graduation, there was a great need and a quote-unquote shortage of nurses, at least in my area. Yeah, I know. Nursing shortage thing is like a revolving door. 1 minute we have a shortage, 1 minute we have a surplus. Maybe we'll talk about that in another video. I have to remember that. 10 things that I want you to think about for all those students out there that are graduating, are looking for that first nursing job. Number 1, if you have not already done so, you need to create and maintain a portfolio. I'm hoping that your school has prompted you to do this, helped you to do this, has given you some instruction on how to do this, but you need to create a portfolio. Portfolio is your resume, cover letter, and everything you've ever done professionally up to this point. Now, that's not going to be a lot, but you need to have amassed some sort of experience. As a new nurse, brand new student who's graduating, that portfolio should include all of your academic experience, all of your clinical experience, how many hours you were, where you were, have all of your grades from all of your classes, anything that's tertiary that is important to the nursing profession. What kind of certifications have you maintained or have you attained? Did you get BLS? Did you do anything in addition to what was basically required of you as a student? All those things go into your portfolio. And the really cool thing these days is a lot of students, a lot of schools are moving you to a paperless form. So your portfolio lives online. And I think that's an awesome thing to do, but I would also have a backup of pieces of paper so that you can bring those pieces of paper to your interview. You can also give them your website or whatever you decide to do with your online portfolio. I think it's good to have both because some institutions are going to ask for one or the other. Number 2, you need to start amassing letters of recommendation. Letters of recommendation from people that you've worked with, as in coworkers, colleagues, any nursing instructors, professors, staff nurses, or any nurses in leadership positions. If you've developed a rapport with any physician, you can be bold enough to ask the physician for a letter of recommendation. Anyone that can help you get to the next step, you should ask them to write a letter of recommendation. And it should speak to your character, not about your professional experience, because once again, you don't have a whole lot of that right now. So it should speak to your character, why someone would want you on their team. Why would somebody want to hire you in their facility? And this letters of recommendation will go into your portfolio. Number 3, kind of a segue into the portfolio and letters of recommendation is, have you amassed any feathers in your cap? Have you done something above and beyond what is expected from the student nurse? Are you on any committees, groups, leadership position of any kind? Do any kind of cool research while you were in school? Did you take any additional courses? Leadership qualities. What other things did you do that are going to help get your foot in the door to whatever institution that you're interested in? And it doesn't have to be just nursing related. What about something that speaks to your character, something that speaks to your motivation, your reliability, things like that. You could talk about having 3 jobs while you were a student and how well you could manage your time. Kind of think outside the box on that first job. Number 4, what qualities did you have in your current job, previous jobs that would augment the qualities you need to have when becoming a staff nurse? Making the transition from student nurse to staff nurse. What other qualities do you possess that make you a strong candidate? What job experience have you amassed since being a student? If all you did was be a student with no job, then you're going to have to kind of create a little bit of magic there. Ultimately, I think every student has at least a part-time job. At the very least, I would hope. Although you could be one of those lucky ones that got a scholarship. I wasn't one of them. Job experience helps when it comes to that first nursing job. And as a side note, employers know this is your first nursing job, so they're not expecting to see you have amassed all of this nursing experience. Number 5, this is a big one. Practice interviewing. Practice the act of going to an interview. How do you do that? You ask for help. You ask someone that is in a leadership role if they'd be willing to interview you. Hey, you think we could practice an interview? What interview questions would you ask? Everybody has those top 10 questions they ask every candidate that they interview. You can look it up on the internet. You need to have these answers before you show up for your interview. You need to have practiced these answers. In the moment, in the stress, you're going to probably change your answer. You're going to stumble over your word. Practice the actual act of the interview. Number 6, go out and buy an outfit. Pretty self-explanatory. Can't show up in scrubs. You need to have an outfit. Guys, go buy a suit, not just a tie. The women out there, come on, you know better than anyone. Business attire. You can't show up in high heels. Number 7, apply everywhere. Online, locally, apply to every institution that you're familiar with. Apply, 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 apply. There's no such thing as applying too early. Get your application in there. Once your application is in there, start making phone calls, finding out what the status is on all these applications and all these job positions or lack thereof job positions. You gotta get aggressive. Number 8, it's time to reach out to those you know. Reach out to your professors, preceptors, the staff nurses, your colleagues. Reach out to anybody that will listen. Reach out to former students. You're a senior graduating. Where are the seniors that graduated last year? And where are the seniors that graduated when you were a freshman and a sophomore? Reach out to them. Ask them for assistance. See if they can get you in somewhere that they're working. Helps to know people. Number 9. There is a possibility of, instead of for a job, applying for an internship. Maybe they're on hiring until the end of the summer. Are there internships out there? Some are paid, some are not paid. Can't promise you anything on that one, but internships. If you haven't done an internship, doing an internship is definitely a feather in your cap. Number 10. This is the hardest pill to swallow. 10. Hardest pill to swallow. You may have to accept not getting what you want. You may have to accept not getting that first job. You may have to accept failure before success. Not everybody that applies gets these jobs. If you don't get the job, you should ask somebody why. Inquire as to what went wrong, what went right. Hey, I didn't get the job. Could you tell me why and what could I do better, or what could I do to make me a viable candidate? Basically, don't take no for an answer. When they say you don't have the job, you accept defeat. You learn from that mistake. You learn from that failure. Find out what you can do better the next time. Maybe you say to them, hey, I didn't get this job, but could you keep me on file? Should I call back? Should I reapply? What would you like me to do? Is there another position in another area of the hospital that I might be qualified for? And you gotta be aggressive. You gotta be a go-getter. 10 tips for that nurse who's getting ready to graduate, looking for their first job. Quite exhaustive. This has been a long one. So all you students out there, hope you appreciate the longevity of this particular video. Want to hear your comments. Want to hear your feedback. Leave me a comment down below. What'd you think? Any other major tips you want to give this nurse who's getting ready to graduate? Always enjoy a thumbs up. Share this with somebody. And as always, check your own pulse first.